Hey everyone, welcome to my first Halloween tutorial of 2014. I chose to do a galaxy makeup, sort of like a galaxy masquerade mask. So let's get started and I'll show you what I used. I started off with the Embryolisse moisturizer and I found out that this was probably a bad idea because of how rich it is and it's kind of oily on the skin, and it made for some products not to stick as well. So I'll get to that once we get to using the products that I'm talking about. But I started off with the NYX Jumbo pencil in Milk to basically trace out where the mask was going to lay on my face, and I used white because it's easy to kind of get rid of the color afterwards. And here I'm going in with the Flash palette. This is what I was talking about. Because this is mineral oil based, it didn't mix very well with the Embryolisse moisturizer. So you can see right now it didn't stick so hot. So I went in with this cheap makeup from like the drugstore that you can get at Halloween time, and obviously it's in the shade black, and it went on so much better. As you can see, the texture is quite slippery, so I did have to go in and set it. I actually tried using the beauty blender here to see if I could blend. It didn't do the job, but it turned out that this actually worked a lot better for getting the texture that I wanted with the galaxy makeup. Here I'm going in, and it's sped up so that this tutorial isn't like 20 hours long, but I went in with the Flash Palette's blue and I started adding a little bit of texture to the mask and basically just put that color on there and blended it around with the brush. Next, I'm just going in with some RCMA no color powder to set the makeup so far. I do set it a little bit later with some eyeshadows, but I thought this was a little bit of trial and error, so I thought setting it at the very beginning could be a good idea. So I just went in and kind of mattified the look, and here I am. I mixed a little bit of the pink and the blue to create more of like a purple effect. So I went in with a little bit more color, and the key to this makeup is just putting the color on there and letting it blend out itself. Try not to be too focused on making it perfect. After all, if you look at a picture of what this galaxy makeup is supposed to look like, it's just supposed to look like cloudy goodness, full of color, and there's no rhyme or reason, there's no certain colors that you should be using, but I did go for a little bit more of the blue and purple effect with lots of highlight. Here I am just taking the one color, shade pink, and going in and adding a little bit more texture, and I did pretty much use this splash palette for majority of this whole entire tutorial. It's really great for Halloween. It's actually really great just to have in your kit because you can mix any color of the rainbow that you need. And the next step here was taking some of the white and mixing it with that peach shade in this palette and starting to brighten up the look and add a little bit more dimension. And then now I just took strictly the white, and this really created a lot of highlight to the look. I really like this just on its own. It really started to do what I wanted it to do. And here I am adding a eyeshadow from MAC, and this one's called Deep Truth. It's just a really beautiful blue color even on its own, and I kept adding that over top of where I've already placed the blue. I wasn't really sure how it was going to get that texture that I wanted, so I thought I would just play around with products and see where it took me. I then added another blue eyeshadow from MAC, and this one's called Fresh Water. Same idea, just kept layering it on and started getting that milky galaxy idea that I think of when I think of galaxy makeup. And same thing here, I took another MAC shadow, this one's called Hepcat, and just started layering that on top of where I've already placed the purple and the pink. And finally for eyeshadows, this was the last one that I used. It was a MAC eyeshadow and it was called Nanogold, and just started to create that really highlighted effect, but this has nothing on the next two products that I used for really getting that highlighted effect. The next one was also from the Flash palette, and it's that silver shade that is usually for highlighting or creating that I like to say it's like one of those colors that's really good for like black and white makeup that's going to give that real shine to the face, so it looks kind of like that wet dewy look. But here it transferred onto the skin really pretty, and it really brought out all the colors that I was using. But the next product after this was the bomb. Here I'm just cleaning up the mask and just evening it out, and I'm using that Embryolisse moisturizer that I started with, and I don't know if I've ever told you this, but it makes the most amazing makeup remover. You guys really need to try it. It really does the trick. Here I'm just taking dollar store stickers. They're like little jewels. And I think I did use these last year in my fairy makeup tutorial for Halloween. Check that one out. And just sticking them on to kind of create a little bit more fun to this look. And now I'm just cleaning up with a little bit of foundation and evening out my complexion because I couldn't just leave it like that with, redness on the chin and the nose. So this just pulled the look together. And powdering it, of course, because I wanted that to look matte and not take away from all the glitz and glam from the mask. And here I am starting the lips with an eyeliner from Maybelline, and using an eyeliner was a good idea for this because I knew once it was on there it wasn't going anywhere because it was a stay all day liner. And I wanted to have a more fuller effect for the lips, so I started tracing outside of my natural lip line and then bringing that color onto my lips as well because I wanted them to appear pretty dark. And then I took an OCC Lip Tar in the shade Belladonna and started adding that purple shade. And then I layered it with another OCC Lip Tar called Hoochie. I love their names. That's the best part about these lip tars. And I don't really know if it made that much of a difference to add two colors, but if anybody ever asks me what's on my lips, it's always a mixture of more than one product. So I thought, well, what the heck, I'm gonna layer them and see where it gets me. But I thought it kind of added a little bit of fun there, so it looks pretty cute. And then I went in with some false lashes, and these falsies are from a company called Love for Lashes, and these ones are called Athena. Lashes are pretty optional, but without them, my eyes kind of looked bare, so I thought, well, I might as well pop them on. And then, of course, I did a little bit of eyeliner. You can't really tell. It's little minor things like this that bring the look together, so with or without eyeliner, you're good to go, but I wanted to add a little bit more on top before adding it into my waterline. This is crucial because when you're looking at the mask, you don't want to see that empty waterline. It just looks awkward. And this is my star product. This is the Kevyn Aucoin Candlelight Highlighter. This is what really brought the whole look together and made it shine. I love this, and it was just a great finishing touch. And that is the completed look of this Galaxy makeup, one of the first of many Halloween tutorials to come this season. I hope you guys like it. If you do rock this look, make sure to include me in your post by hashtagging TrinaDuhra. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, so make sure to include me on your post so I can see your makeup. Thanks so much for watching, you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.